Hello everybody, my name is Katie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing DIY Christmas cards, and these are all super cute and super cheap and super easy to do. So I'm super excited to jump right into this video. If you like it, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe down below. Let's get started. Okay, so the very first card I'm going to be making is this adorable penguin card, and it has a little personalized message. You can write whatever you want on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my black construction paper, and I'm basically just going to make it into a square because I don't want like a rectangular card, I want a square. You can obviously do whatever you want, but this is just my choice. And so I just basically like kind of figured out where the triangle, you know, the triangle method. I didn't actually fold it, I like kind of guessed where it was and then like cut across. I don't know, you can literally see what I'm doing right here. But yeah, so I just did that, and then after that I took my white paper, just regular sheet of printer paper, and then I placed it on top of the card, and I made, I basically drew the shape of the belly. Is that what it's called? I made the shape of the belly. And then I traced it, and then I cut it out, and then I went ahead and glued it right on. And this literally is super simple. So then I cut out the eyeballs out of the same printer paper, and at first I made it way too small and it looked kind of wonky, so then I went back and recut circles. I forget shapes. Wow, I'm really smart. And then I also cut out a triangle orange nose out of orange construction paper, and then I just glued all those in place where they need to be. And then using a Sharpie, I just colored the inside of the eyes, and then using my white pen marker, it's a pen, using my white pen, I just drew little snowflakes. And if you don't have a white pen, you could just cut out snowflakes out of paper. You can completely skip this step, it doesn't really matter. And then I cut out a circle out of white printer paper, put it on top of the belly, and wrote "Merry Christmas, Sister." But yeah, this is what the finished card looks like. I think it's really cute. And on the inside I wrote with like the same white pen that I used for the snowflakes. But you can even like glue some white paper in and then write with a black pen. That is completely fine. And that is it for the first card. Okay, so for the next card, I am making this reindeer. Oh my, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be quiet. Like, it's kind of late at night and I need to get this filmed, so yeah. But next I'm going to be making this reindeer card, and it's super adorable and it's really easy. Like, little kids can make this. Like, it's so simple, and I think it's actually really fun. It's kind of a good way to get like your hands dirty or whatever. So basically I started out by folding this white piece of paper, printer paper, in twice, so it's in fourths and it's a smaller rectangular card. And then I took brown, like light brown paint, acrylic paint, and I just put it in a container and dipped my thumb in it, and then put my thumbprint all over the paper. And this can literally be as messy as you want. Like, this isn't perfect, like you can see like my thumbprints are all like messed up and stuff. Like, it isn't that good, but it still turns out like really cute. And then so after the paint's on that, I have to set it aside and let it dry, because paint is wet and you can't draw on it. So we're gonna set that aside, and we are going to move on to the other cards, and we'll come back to this card at the very end. Okay, well, I think I like completely knocked the camera. I'm so sorry. Also, my tripod's really loose, so I'm sorry if it's like shaking, because when I move it's like shaking. So yes, I know, I apologize about that. It's a whole mess. But the next card is this hanging ornament jewel card, and the jewels are so pretty and I really like it. They're like sparkly and stuff, so yeah. But basically I'm gonna start out the same way by folding the piece of paper into half and then to half again, and then I'm going to pick out my gem jewels, whatever you want to call them. And I picked out way too many at first because I like overestimated how many pieces. Is that the right word? My brain isn't working right now. Finals are happening soon and I'm just not into it. But I picked too many pieces out, and but yeah, I just put some more later. It doesn't really matter. This literally doesn't even matter. I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm just completely rambling. I apologize. But yeah, so I picked out my pieces, and then I basically placed them where I want to be on the card. I placed them all at different heights because I feel like that looks a lot cooler than if they were all like straight. And so then I just glued those down, and then I took my thin black Sharpie and I just drew a line from the top of the card to the ornament gem things. And yeah, they don't have to be perfectly straight. I kind of made them like a little bit like the slightest wavy on purpose, just so it looks like they're not like perfect, because I feel like if it looked perfect it wouldn't look as cute. I don't know. But yeah, and then on every other one I drew a nice cute little bow on it to just put in holiday spirit. And then the very last thing I did was I wrote Christmas. I wrote Merry Christmas on the bottom in pencil, and then I just traced it over with pen, the same Sharpie that I used, because I didn't want to mess up with the Sharpie because that would really stink. But yeah, this is the third card. I think it's really cute, and we're also doing another ornament card later on, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Okay, so for the next card, I am going to be using scrapbook paper, and so I just basically took down my stash of scrapbook paper, then flipped through and found the Christmas designs that I liked, and I just picked out 4 sheets of paper because I wanted 4 different presents. By the way, this is a presents card. So basically I picked out my pieces of paper, I cut them out. Make sure to cut them out in like different shapes and sizes because it looks a lot cooler that way if the rectangles are like some are tall and like thin and others are like shorter and bigger and like, yeah, so English. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. And then after that I cut them out and I glued them on, and then after that I drew with my thin Sharpie the little ribbons and bows on some of them. I like did different varieties, as you can see here, to spice things up a little bit. And then I just, to finish it all off, I wrote Happy Holidays on the above the shortest gift box, so it's kind of like equal in a way. Not really, but it just looks nice. It's satisfying to the eye. So yeah, that is that card. Okay, so now I am making the other ornament card, and I am just using the same scrapbook papers that I used for the presents one I just showed you how to make. And I'm making 3 ornaments, so I just cut out 3 circles and I freehanded it. You can use a compass if you want to be more exact, but I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna draw it and cut it out. So that's what I did. And then after I glued those down, I took some black construction paper and I cut out little like trapezoid shapes, and then I put them on top of the ornament for that little connector piece. Is that what they're called? I literally don't even know. But yeah. What did I do next? Do I draw lines on this one? I can't see. Oh, back. After I glued those black trapezoids down onto the paper, I took my thin black Sharpie again and I drew a line from the top to the ornament like I did on the jewel one, and then I wrote Merry Christmas on it. That's what I did with the Sharpie, and I wrote it in cursive. And yeah, you can do whatever you want. I just thought it looked cute, so that's what I did. And I drew little stars on the outside, like little asterisks, just because I felt like it looked a little empty, so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna do a little asterisk. So yeah, that is how I finished off that card. So now we're gonna go back to the 2 cards that I had to wait to dry, and we are going to finish them off. So the reindeer one, the first one, or the second card, I guess, or is it actually, I don't know. The first one we waited for, basically, once it was dry, it was super easy. Like, you just draw an eyes. You draw eyes, antlers, and a red nose. And on some of them you can draw little bow ties like I did, just because it spices things up a little bit and makes it look kind of cute. So yeah, you just do that on all the reindeers. And I think this card actually turned out cute, because when I saw just the thumbprints and it was like before it dried, I was like, this is ugly, this isn't gonna turn out good. But after it had like all the facial components that it needed to have, I thought it looked like really cute, and I'm like, good job myself.
to share.